Hi Cancer, it's Joy here with Joy of the World, ready to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you right now. How are you? I'm happy to have you here. Thanks for bringing in some good energy for us to share and take a look at, to pick out some information and flesh out some details of what might be going on in your world around you. Also, if you're here and you find these videos interesting, maybe even entertaining, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification bell if you'd like to know anytime new videos are posted, and share with a friend. All right. So at the top, we have woman holding a coin, number 42, and 23, panacea. There is a solution for every problem. This is kind of what we're getting into here, which very much lined up with what you were telling me when I was just beginning to shuffle the decks. You're telling me you want a decision. And I found that pretty interesting. These came out and they were telling a little story here. And you're saying that you want a decision. And you're like, saying it like that, it wasn't like exactly you were ready to make a decision. You were wanting a decision. So in a sense, it's like you're wanting to shake the tree, to make some fruit fall, to get some good things flowing and moving in your life again. As if it's kind of out of your hands, meaning you're feeling the urge to create a ripple effect to, cause a domino effect. Domino has to do with mastery. Intriguing. All right, y'all, so let's take a peek here. Woman holding a coin. She's talking about some of the squares that have been going on, some opposition, some of the difficult framework that you've been going through. And you might not use the words difficult. You might use like, it might look more like that, all right? So that'll get you in the frame of mind of where we're going with this. And you've kept this veil up around you of like some spirit talk, soul talk that is putting on airs. And that's not coming from your own self outward. It's maybe some gossip up in your ears, and you've been entertaining things that aren't serving you very well, that aren't showing your true self, your true side, because you're a little dark. You were telling me that you want to be a little dark, which is good. We've got some strong Pluto energy going on right now, so you're right on track. You're getting in the vein of the cosmic, the super conscious flow that is moving through our planet right now. So if any of you are in sadness, I pray that you be lifted up, that your guides and your spirit bring you out of that dusty grave, like the doubt, the desolation, that type of thing, the despair. For some of you, poverty in any of its many forms. It's not just food or money. It can be poverty of heart, poverty of soul. But you're letting me know in what you do have power over, you are ready to provoke it. You're ready to poke that wolf. Now to me, hearing you say that, you're ready to get some results out of your own energy, because the wolf is the wound. And you're stepping in you're telling me, into your own mess. All right. So anytime we want to step into our own mess, we're wanting a message. Okay. You're wanting to find out some things that maybe you've been crying out, you've been asking, you've been seeking how to get through this gate, what is through the eye of the needle to the other side. What do you have to shed? What do you have to let go of? We're going to pause for a second. We have a visitor.
Hey, what's up?
There's a cameo from my son. Hey there. Life still goes on when we do our work.
Yep.
So glad to share them with you guys. So anyways, you're wanting to thread through that needle and say, what's got to go? What's got to go? Because some of these things have been around so long that they seem familiars. And although, wolves are seen like powerful energy, great spirit guides, that sort of thing, that can be true, but I haven't heard anything about them being our wounds. No one's talking about that side of it. So sometimes we keep familiars close around us out of ignorance or accepted knowledge of, of what has been spoken around you that is not serving you. Okay, so if that is tickling your ears and it's percolating and springing up around your heart, it is time to let this wolf go. Set it out, send it into its own new territory, because it is hunting your territory. It is, you were adamant. it is preying on your divine help, your divine totems. Okay? So I'm clearly seeing a rabbit. I'm clearly seeing something that is closer to the earth. You're not even wanting to get into it because you're just like, I just feel you just fluttering right now with this upsurge of like, I did not know that. I did not know that, because it is starting to burn around you. The energy, this fire, this flame, your passion is cutting back on. And now you're beginning to understand what you've been feeling underneath the surface all along. What you've been intuiting, but you just couldn't put your finger on it because you had already given this guy the key and relegated the safeness of who and what they were, because wolves are always so spoken so highly and fond of in some more new age or enlightened type scopes. And I'm not here to do away with any of that. Okay? For some people they are. For some people the healer stays working with the wounding. But in this case, you're like, I want to be whole. I want to be able to retain my fullness, my wholeness. I want to be able to abide in satisfaction, in peace, in clarity, and in calmness. Wow. Poke that wolf. Poke it. Provoke it. And you have your spear. You're ready to stand your ground. You're like, this is my turf. This is my territory. And as you begin to stand your ground, you're not poking him in the face. You're stomping the ground and breaking up that ice of isolation that this has caused in your world. No wonder the warmth and the beauty of the woodlands and those type of creatures weren't existing around you anymore. I just keep seeing raspberries, and I have to say it. For whoever it's showing, it is showing the rabbit and the raspberries. And it's like, and we are happy together. And this is how we're peaceable. And I'm like, how else do you put words to that? So let me just paint the image for you, for whatever that evokes and whatever that brings forward for you guys. But here, you're breaking up that isolation. You see it now. And you look them in the eyes. And you stand your ground. That's how you provoke. Your intuition, your insight, your intelligence is saying, mine. Go. And that go, those two divine beings, that G and that O, because let me tell you, people, letters are divine beings. And the way we assimilate them, they can become troops and armies to accomplish what we are intending. And what you're intending for this wound, this wolf, is to go back where it came from, to go to its own territory. And instantly what is naturally your dominion is in a sense surrounded, meaning clearly defined borders and boundaries. And they're invisible. They're not harsh. They're not provocative, meaning calling on taunts and onslaughts. None of that. Yo, like, we gonna reveal the mystery. Just put out a few cards, Joy. We have a lot to say. Step in the oracle. And I'm like, okay, I already put my seatbelt on. I've got 3-point, 4-point harness going on. That is amazing, y'all. So let's see, okay, so we're going to step under her now. And we have number 2. We have another 23. You're saying we're doing some double dutch. All right, it's playground time. You're like, now we're up in my scope. Now we're up in my vibe, in my jive. And it's news, it's Raven. Just blasted your throat chakra open because we just cleared, you're telling me your sacred channel. That's what you're calling the orange channel, the sacral chakra. That in clearing your throat, your wound, you're opening yourself up to possibility and purpose. You're opening yourself up to divine union. You're telling me, pull the key, pull the key, pull the key, okay. Divine protection. Personal boundaries. So not just the boundaries on your amnios, your external environment, but also on your internal one as well. All right. So we're calling back, because that's what's going on here in the 17. You're wanting the return of your energy. So we call that back in right now. We call back in your juiciness, your celebration spirit, your trusting self. And for Cancer, it's down pretty deep. There's always a part of yourself you reserve for that sacred union. But in this case, she's even reiterating it here. Look where she's holding her coin. Look at that. So you're calling to the night, and the night is answering. The night is answering. And you just put a K on that. Your night. Do you see him? He is answering. Now that you've kicked out the wounding, those bonds and connections are going to begin to spill forth the words. But it's more than like lip words. It's that. Now that you've cleared your eyes, you've cleared your throat, that is gone, that wounding is gone. This is the connection of the eyes, the star soul seed. All right, back up, rewind, listen to that again. The star soul seed began to connect on that. So you're telling me that keeping your sacral chakra clear and open and juicy and divine and hopeful and celebratory and alive, not celibate, celebratory and alive, keeps the throat open, keeps trust going, true trust. So don't let anybody tell you you're mistrusting and you don't trust. Okay? Because you do. You just trust in a different way. So thank you for sharing that with us and showing it to us. I'm going to put this support right here to reiterate our affirmation of being in agreement with that protection, that divine boundary within yourself that says, mine. You're telling me that again, just like the wolf. You're taking your staff here, your spear, and you're drawing the line, and you're calling it mine. More power to you. All right, we're going to step over here. No, come on. All right. So out beside number 17, the wolf, we have 9. We have release, the jaguar. Hang on. That one punched me a little drunk. Hang on. You'll see why in a second. Just drink of that. Pure, raw, magnetic power. You're releasing your jaguar. No longer that wolf, right? That's gone. Yours is a jaguar. Okay. Cat versus dog. So you're releasing your jaguar. You're sending it as your soul, as a soul search, okay, to call those pieces back. You're telling me to restore the balance, and you're showing me light and light on your shoulders. You know how there's that proverbial angel and devil talking up in your ear, and we could see that was an issue here? You're letting me know it's light and light. It's translucent versus opaque. It's divine 5D versus tangible 3D going on here, and that's what you're choosing to let yourself dwell in between. So you're sending your jaguar out to gain knowledge, information, and wisdom, and to bring it to you. Now that this land is cleared, the wounds are cleared, your true totem, your true, you're saying creature comforts, the creative beings that dwell on this planet in earthly bodies, aka the name animals. There's so much more, but that resonance is moving around you now. And as you can see, the energy, remember, in your dominion, in your kingdom, is activated and alive. I want to get another card under that while we're here. This is Cosmic Tarot. It's slowly but surely airing itself out. They were a little bit stank when they came in, but they are fantastic seers. Do you want one or two? That's it. Okay. So your jaguar, the energy we're working in is the 3 of Wands and the Sun. You're letting me know you want to establish rituals and routines. That making this a practice in your life, of bringing in this power, this radiance. For some of you, I know you can often be very lunar, right? But that's that balance. You're letting me know in order to manifest, to do the opaque, the 3D, you want to be awake in the daylight. You want to be happy waking up in the morning. You want the sun, the star, the song you said to woo you in. That like the mystery, the veil is lifted. Because look on this card. Just beyond the sun, outside of the halo. Do you see the moon and the stars? So literally, all the stars and the moon are still about in the cosmos and in the heavens during the daytime. It's just that the predominant one cloaks it for a little while. but you're wanting to begin to celebrate this energy. Can you see above her hands? Can you see it there? You're wanting to walk in the light of this celebration. You're letting me know something surrounding sunrise and sunset, because we have the pink in the sky. And that really supports where you're trusting from the throat, from the high heart, bringing in the fairy tales, bringing in the childlike fantasies and dreams, the things that the world as it should be, when we were still closer to our pure state of where we came from, of the imaginings of the whole mind, the whole heart. Okay. So we're going to step under this wool, because you told me you wanted 2 more. So there's one of them. Boop. So this other one is at top or bottom. Don't you trick me. It's down there too. Okay. Yeah. So even though this is the 4 of Pentacles, I don't see any stinginess. I see there being order and connection. Like, instead of it just being this all or nothing type thing, it's being able to allow process, which you'll see in just a second, because where that wounding was and you cleared that out, this KNIGHT that's coming in, remember, with the star seed something, you now have cleared the throne and the Lovers is coming in. Okay, and here this one really resonates more on the intimacy, the soul mate connection. And don't let that throw you off, because there is something more than just that. But anyways, it's bringing in, it's showing that the union of the stars. Look above their head. Can you see that cosmic star going on up there? It's the union of the stars. It's this meeting of the minds going on. It's the creating a whole new world is what you're letting me know, that as 2 come together, it's creating a whole new atmosphere. And so it's not like yellow and blue make green, that you'll no longer be yellow and they'll no longer be blue. It's not that. Just like when you make dough in the old-timey days before you could run out and buy some yeast, it would leaven and you would pull off a pinch, pull off a piece of itself to create a whole new self, right? And you would bake and utilize the large lump, and you would regrow the small lump overnight by adding more water and more flour, because that small lump, in a sense, was your package of yeast. Okay, so that's what the relationship is like. You're yellow, they're blue, and y'all each pull off a little lump, right? Because you got enough to spare, and you put it in the middle. You put it in this space between you, out on the table. Putting it all on the table, but not all like your whole self. It is your yellow, they're blue, and that meal becomes green. That's the meeting of the minds and the merging, the union of the stars, that new world and environment that you're talking about creating here. So let's see what's going on out beside the raven, your knight, right? We have number 5. Woo, fierceness, Wolverine. You breaking out of old habits is what I hear. Look at that. Look at that. Hey guys, if you're tuning in, this one statement's for the ladies. It's like you bring it on the V. You bring it on the vagine, the power of the vagine, and you have got it. Corrected, blocked, and protected is what you're letting me know. And not blocked, like barricaded. Reinforced is what you're letting me know. You have a divine guardian on you, because that is your sacred space. And not just anybody can get past here just because they're putting their color on the table. It's the guardian of your heart. Look again. No, this is back for everybody, right? You're talking about holiness. You're talking about sacred. You're talking about purified divine power, raw, pure energy. Okay. Source energy. The depths. You're calling it the depths of heaven, and we perceive heaven as that way, right? But there's a heaven beneath our feet. It's in the core, in the central part of the earth energy. Well, being the rituals and the lovers and all that coming in, you're talking about some divine earth magic. Huh. All right. Earth shattering is what you're letting me know. It's, what would that word be? Not it's radiant, but like radiant heat, not just light. It is like the warmth of the glow, basking in the glow. You're gonna glow up. You said time to be done with growing up. It's time to glow up, which would make sense. Because look in the center. There was all this cold iciness that we were talking about, that isolation. And here it was the night and the dark, and you broke through into the radiance, into your juicy divine light, and freeing up your celebration and that creative chakra to now, look at that. You told us this energy was all around and creating the rituals of being comfortable in the daylight. And that's satisfying. That's balanced. That's empowering to who you are. And life is saying, come on down. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Let me pick a T to see how we're, okay. Leave him from this space. I love it. And I see it as the sacral chakra. So I'll show it to you the way the card came. But then I'll show you how I see that. See, it says firecracker. Look at that. And it says excitement. This is exciting. I agree. But when you turn it this way, that is the sacrum. And we're talking about the sacral chakra, right? And we're talking about also the power base. So it's even at the tip, at the coccyx. Like the tip of our tail is the same as the tip of your tongue. It is right here for you to taste and see that life is good and life loves you and adores you and has its eyes set solely and completely on you with your divine nature. With here, it was the riches of life that you were calling in, and your true spirit no longer being shrouded and surrounded by those icy lies, by preconceived notion, by maybe some well-meaning teaching in the time that only came in one facet. It was unbalanced, right? And you now have this balance, this angel of love, this guardian of your soul here alongside you and within you. So you can relax and release that jaguar. This has been fun, Cancer. I've enjoyed this journey. I've enjoyed your energy and sharing it with me. I am wiser and richer for it. I appreciate you. I love you. This is Joy saying bye for now.